Alright guys and gals, this is Northman and I'm back with Covert Movement after patch point 1.2. Now, this testing was done by taking and finding a measurable distance using a step, and that's the audible step in the game at full walking speed. So I found two reference points and I just kept moving back and forth between them. That was about 200 steps. Exactly 200 steps, I got lucky on that. Now, I then broke this down so that you can use that step sound as your way of measuring distance, just because it's very hard without a rangefinder or anything to really accurately say what distance gives what value. Um, so, getting into it, you can see on the Excel sheet that I popped up that walking, I did quite a few tests on that, just to validate that we were doing it very thorough job. And what I saw was actually that decreasing pretty consistently after 25%. Now for crouching, I assumed it'd be very similar, and so I did 75, 50, 25, and 0. Now, the other part of that was I noticed that I was only getting points after the 0 speaker, which was brought up on the last video. A few people commented on the Reddit and in the actual comments, I believe, that the speaker was actually indicating when you'd get points. I didn't notice that on the last time I tested, but I definitely saw it this time. We did try crawling. Crawling had no effect. Um, and what we were getting was about a 0.157, 158 average across these, which is super consistent. Really happy with that. We see it anytime that you're at the 0 speaker mark again, except for crawling. I don't know why we're not getting points at crawling, but that's something to look into at a later date. This is a little bit over double what I was seeing in the previous patch, and what I was able to do there was take the 100-step count that I did there and apply it here. All my other testing I couldn't directly apply to this test method. Um, Furthermore, I went ahead and tested for other variables giving points, such as going through grass or bushes or running up against a chain link fence. None of that seemed to affect anything. However, if you notice on the crouching, I did this offline, and the crouching, before I even was able to start my crouch testing, I had 0.3, and I got that within the first 30 seconds of the game I started. And I cannot replicate what caused me to get that. So I think there might be other factors out there that I just am not able to replicate, or there's a random chance of covert movement going up, which is why we're seeing these random increases in it that's been noted. I tried to account for jumping, anything, different materials, and I didn't see any noticeable differences across all of these factors. However, this could be just not enough of a sample size. I want to get this to you guys so you can see that there is a significant increase, and the best way you can actually level covert movement is walking at 25%. You're going to get the maximum distance, the fastest. Now, all of these, again, were at the same distance except crawling. I used the same route, so the actual audible step changes when you go to crouch. I believe you are taking shorter steps, so it very well could have been more steps, so that keep that in mind. This was just for that walking step distance. That's what I'm using to gauge. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any ideas on what you'd like to see me test next, please leave a comment down below.